Welcome to my channel, Old Valuable Coins. So, get it started. The 1979 P$1 coin is a highly discussed piece among collectors due to its transition significance, design features, minting quality, and overall place in modern American numismatics. This coin, commonly known as a Susan B. Anthony dollar, marked the introduction of a new small-sized dollar coin in the United States. Before 1979, the last circulating dollar coin was the large Eisenhower dollar, which was heavy and not widely accepted in daily transactions. The 1979 issue represented a major change intended to encourage circulation and use of the dollar coin in commercial life. The P Mint mark identifies that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the first year the Philadelphia Mint began using the P Mint mark on U.S. coins intended for circulation. The Susan B. Anthony dollar features a composition of copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, weighing 8.1 grams with a diameter of 26.5 millimeters and a reeded edge. The obverse of the coin bears the portrait of women's suffrage leader Susan B. Anthony, designed by Frank Gasparo, with the inscription, Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the minting year 1979. The reverse showcases an adapted version of the Apollo 11 moon landing insignia, originally used on the Eisenhower dollar, featuring an eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch as a symbol of peace, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. The purpose behind choosing Susan B. Anthony was to commemorate the first real woman to be represented on circulating U.S. coinage, recognizing her contributions to civil rights and women's voting rights. In terms of production, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these coins, making common circulation strikes easily obtainable even today. Despite its high mintage, collectors evaluate its value based on strike quality, condition, and varieties. Among the 1979 P coins, one of the most notable differences is known as the wide rim or near date variety, which is rarer than the narrow rim or far date version. The wide rim version has the rim closer to the numbers of the date and is sought after by collectors for its relative scarcity. Most 1979 P coins are of the narrow rim type. The wide rim subtype was an early modification during minting to improve the coin's appearance and strike, but only a limited number were produced before switching back. In circulated condition, the coin typically holds only its face value, but in uncirculated, mint state, or proof-like conditions, it can reach higher market prices depending on grade and rarity of the variety. Coins that receive professional grading by services such as PCGS or NGC and achieve high mint state grades like MS66 or MS67 can attract premium values. However, because the Philadelphia Mint strikes often show weak details or bag marks due to high-speed mass production, finding flawless examples is challenging. The introduction of the Susan B. Anthony dollar aimed to reduce the weight of the $1 coin production for circulation ended after 1981, until it was briefly brought back in 1999 to meet the need for dollar coins before the Sacagawea golden dollar was introduced in 2000. As a result, 1979 P coins found in circulation often show heavy wear. Collectors typically prefer uncirculated specimens or coins that were preserved in original government packaging. There was also a special proof version of the 1979 coin struck at the San Francisco Mint, but the Philadelphia minted business strikes were appearance of a non-fictional woman on a circulating U.S. coin, and in vending systems still accept it, but usage is rare. In terms of technical characteristics, many 1979 P coins display dye deterioration or weak strikes around Anthony's portrait, particularly around her hair and facial features. This is due to extensive use of dyes before replacement. Collectors look for strong strikes with full details and minimal marks. Some coins may, especially in high grades. Most examples available today in general circulation condition are worth only about $1. However, uncirculated coins or high mint state examples can be valued anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars depending on the grading and variety. Proof-like examples or coins with attractive toning sometimes add extra appeal for collectors. The Susan B. Anthony Dollar silver-like appearance may confuse new collectors, but no circulation strike 1979 P coins were minted in silver. All circulation strikes were copper-nickel clad. Only certain special issues for collectors from later years were struck in 40% silver, but not from Philadelphia in 1979. The color tone is generally light gray or silvery with metallic shine. Over time, these coins might develop slight toning or discoloration due to environmental reactions. Coins preserved in cellophane or mint sets often retain better luster and surfaces, some which mean supply is abundant. The general rule is that only coins in pristine condition, or those with a wide rim variety, receive higher appraisal. Design-wise, Anthony's portrait was controversial at first due to criticism that it looked severe or unappealing, but over time, it gained acceptance as a strong representation. The diameter was smaller than the previous Eisenhower dollar, but larger than a quarter, and the coin's edge reading was intended to help differentiate it. But this was not effective enough. The reverse design was chosen to honor the historic moon landing mission, maintaining continuity with the Eisenhower dollar imagery. It symbolized America's technological achievements and vision for peace. In collecting terms, most collectors include the 1979 P coin in complete date and mint mark sets of Susan B. Anthony dollars. Finding a flawless, perfectly struck example remains a challenge. Some errors or varieties are cataloged by specialists, and collectors sometimes grade or encapsulate coins to preserve their condition. Professional grading might not easily notice this difference without magnification. Collectors often use reference books, charts, and digital sources for guidance. Although the 1979 P Susan B. Anthony dollar did not reach success in circulation, it holds timeless value for those interested in American history and numismatics. The inclusion of Susan B. Anthony on the coin symbolizes a social progress, while the eagle landing on the moon celebrates national achievements. The coin's lifespan in circulation was short, making mint state examples more desirable. Most circulated pieces show were on Anthony's cheekbones, lettering, and moon landing details due to common usage. Preservation in drawers and rolls saved some from deterioration. Market value today varies, but generally remains modest. Typical circulated examples trade for around $1. Uncirculated rolls may hold slightly higher premium, and designated varieties or graded specimens may attract specialized interest. While it may not be considered a rare or high-value coin, its significance and the role it played in transitioning to modern dollar coinage make it an important collectible. The failure of public acceptance influenced future coin design significantly, leading to the introduction of more distinct golden-colored coins starting in 2000. Collectors appreciate the 1979 P Susan B. Anthony dollar for its unique place in monetary history, educational value, and symbolic recognition. The 1979 P Susan B. Anthony dollar coin not only marked a shift in coinage size, but also introduced several experimental minting techniques. Early production runs of the Philadelphia Mint faced technical challenges, such as uneven pressure during strikes due to the reduced diameter compared to previous dollar coins. This led to a number of early die trials, some of which produced off-metal test strikes. Although most of these were destroyed, a very small number are believed to have survived within mint archives or accidentally entered circulation. Such experimental strikes are extremely rare and, if discovered, could command values in the thousands of dollars. Furthermore, the $1,979 was one of the first U.S. coins tested for automated currency sorting and compatibility with transportation fare machines, especially in urban transit systems like those in New York City and Washington, D.C. The project was partially unsuccessful because machines often rejected the coin due to inconsistent rim thickness and weight distribution. These technical failures became a major factor in the discontinuation of wide circulation usage. Interestingly, despite its commercial failure, the coin was used in NASA space mission training simulations because its size and weight allowed it to behave similarly to equipment handles during pressure tests. Another little-known fact is that Susan B. Anthony herself was not the original planned subject for the dollar coin. The U.S. Mint initially considered a symbolic representation of Lady Liberty, similar to earlier designs. However, advocacy groups in Congress pushed for a real historical female figure, making Susan B. Anthony the first non-allegorical woman featured on a U.S. circulating coin. The final design, however, underwent modification nearly 17 times as critics complained that it appeared too harsh or masculine. Frank Gasparo defended the design by stating that the determined expression represented strength and conviction. In addition, some coins from late 1979 production show what numismatists refer to as proof-like strike quality, even though they were not proof coins. This occurred when fresh dies were used with higher striking pressure unintentionally. These coins typically have deeper mirrors on flat surfaces and slightly frosted designs. They are extremely limited and often mistaken for standard circulation strikes unless inspected under light. The composition of the coin was also important in strategic cost reduction. The U.S. Mint calculated that producing each dollar coin cost approximately 3.5 cents, significantly lower than printing $1 paper bills at the time, which averaged 6 to 8 cents per note. Despite the cost advantage, paper money remained more popular due to user habit. Analysts estimated that if the Susan B. Anthony dollar had been widely adopted, the government could have saved over $600 million in 10 years due to coin longevity compared to paper notes. Some transportation systems and military commissaries continued using the dollar coin up to the early 1990s because it did not easily wear out under heavy mechanical usage. It was also favored on naval vessels, as coin exchange was more convenient during high humidity conditions compared to paper money. Lastly, public perception surveys conducted in late 1979 revealed that over 42% of respondents confused the coin for a quarter, and 17% claimed they disliked the design. Surprisingly, nearly 25% kept the coin as a souvenir rather than spending it, decreasing actual circulation rates.